Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Reactor and this is Quinn, and today's article comes from metro.co.uk and it's titled Greece Bans Obese Tourists from Riding on Donkeys. So there's a lot of... Oh, wow. I wonder what happened that made him make the law.
This is like a modern day problem, I'm guessing, because I've never heard of this ever being a problem throughout history, but perhaps it's just such small news that never heard about it.
Fat people have long been not be able to ride donkeys, so, like, I mean...
Donkeys are smaller than a horse, from what I understand.
They can carry a lot of weight, though.
But yeah, it seems like they were used for, from what I understand, to carry heavy loads.
Yeah,
throughout
like
history.
I know they have them at like the Grand Canyon and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But let's get into it. Greece has banned fat tourists, oh, they said the F word, from riding on donkeys after campaigners said the animals were being left with spinal injuries. Yeah, so that's what I thought what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
People who own the donkeys were complaining like, my donkeys are dying.
Yeah, my donkeys aren't on steroids.
The move comes after shocking images emerged of donkeys climbing the narrow steps of the Greek islands of Santorini holding obese holidaymakers. Lawmakers in Greece have since pledged to do more to help the animals. How about like not enslave them and not make them carry any people?
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
And I mean, this isn't just for people that are overweight, but this is, I mean, what if someone like The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, wanted to go ride a mule in this place? They wouldn't let him, really.
Yeah, I don't think he's that cruel. I don't think he would want to...
I don't think he is either. I think he'd be like, you know what? I am well over the weight limit for this poor little guy, and I'm not going to ride on him.
Yeah. I'm not going to read this picture because I feel like I already did. But it's basically an obese person being guided by a tourist or a tourist guide. Yeah, whatever.
Right.
The country's Ministry of Rural Development and Food has published that Rural Development and Food is a ministry they have there. That's kind of... Okay. Has published a new set of regulations regarding donkeys' well-being after receiving multiple complaints following media coverage in July. In July, it was a big stink, I guess. These state donkeys giving tourist rides in Santorini should not carry any loads heavier than 100 kilograms or 1/5 of their weight.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
I mean,
I'm really glad they're doing that, because at some point, somebody has to say, hey, we can't have anyone... What is 100 kilograms in pounds? I really don't know, but I'm thinking it's...
I know a pound is like 505... It's like half a kilogram, right? No, 425 or something.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
425 grams makes a pound.
Okay, so like...
So it's like 200 pounds. 220 maybe.
So you can still have a lot of mass and still go have fun on your vacation. They're just, they're just trying to make it a little easier.
But I mean, what if there's a giant donkey? Like
I mean, is this going to give...
It can carry.
Is this going to give someone the idea to breed some kind of super donkey that carries 800 kilograms?
Or what if you breed a donkey with a horse?
I mean...
No, I'm kidding. I know they do.
I mean, they do that, yeah.
It follows animal activists on the island claiming donkeys were being forced to carry ever heavier loads while they work long hours, 7 days a week without shelter, rest, and water, leaving them with spinal injuries and open wounds from ill-fitting saddles. Wow.
That's just terrible.
Yeah, just stop using donkeys altogether. The bulletin states the owners of working equidae should ensure that the animal's level of health is high. There should also be disinfection materials in their living quarters and workstations. Under no circumstances should be used animals unfit for work, i.e. ill animals, injured animals in an advocacy, or animals in an advanced pregnancy, as well as animals with poor maintenance of hooves. So they're making pregnant donkeys carry obese people.
Somebody did at some point.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Pregnant donkeys.
Well, it's $50
for all day long.
The animals should be given appropriate and adequate food and fresh drinking water daily into containers which cannot be contaminated and are cleaned at least once a day. Working equines should not be loaded with excessive weight for their size, age, or physical condition. The load cannot exceed the weight of 100 kilograms or 1/5 of their body weight. Oh, okay.
So these people are, there's somebody out there who's like weighing it down more when they're weighing it in, so they can be like, oh, it can carry more.
They're gonna start putting fat people on scales. Like, oh, sorry.
Right. Like hiding weights on their donkeys. Like, no, he's good.
This poor guy.
You'd think if this animal that's giving you your livelihood is doing any kind of work at all for you to make any kind of living, you would want to treat that animal pretty well, pretty decent.
New rules state that donkeys giving tourist rides in Santorini should not carry any loads heavier than 100 kilograms, blah, blah, blah. We already know that. Santorini is known for its hilly terrain and... Hilly terrain and donkeys have traditionally been used to transport people over the famously stepped areas which vehicles cannot access, such as in capital Fira. In June, charities there claimed the explosion of fat tourists meant locals who are keen to get the most out of their animals were being forced to crossbreed the animals to create mules, which are bigger and taller and can carry heavier loads with more stamina. I swear it seems like I read these articles ahead of time, and I don't. You know?
Yeah, you do have some good guesses on this. I'm usually way off, and that's weird because with this, you were just talking about the horse and the
a mule can carry more.
Yeah, mixing together, right?
It's like, I know the future is. Elisavit Chatsi. Foreign names are hard for me to pronounce.
No, it looked right.
Yeah, whatever. 45, a volunteer from Athens who participated in peaceful protests in Santorini over donkeys' treatment there earlier this year said, "It's a very big step. I think all our hard work has paid off." And those are the steps that the donkeys have to go up and down. That sucks. The situation in Santorini has been going on for many years, and it cannot be resolved in one day. We have won our fight because of the international media attention on the topic. No one could ever believe that new regulations would be set. The next day after the bulletin was released, I was told a tourist had been carried up the hill by 3 different donkeys so as not to exhaust them. Wow. PETA has also started a petition called Donkeys on Santorini Abused and Used as Taxis. Please help them. But other campaigners allege that despite the reminder, nothing has changed on the island and there is still a long way to go. Maria Skurta, 42, the leader of the Athens branch of Direct Action Everywhere, claims, "We were content with the bulletin because the purpose of our organization is to bring matters to light and initiate conversation. But our goal is not to improve the lives of slaves, is to free them entirely." Oh, yeah, see, like I was saying, they stop using them. Make fat people walk up the stairs. What's so...
Get a nice walk.
While this means they will stop carrying fat tourists, the donkeys are still forced to carry cement, appliances, and all sorts of heavy weights.
So,
yeah, that sucks.
So they're talking about that as in not in Santorini and at this tourist spot, but mules are like they're using them there.
Donkeys.
They're using donkeys.
Mules are the mix of a horse and a donkey.
Okay, yeah. So using more donkeys and to do this stuff, and I've really never seen that in my life because I live in the States. We don't really use donkeys for much. I know there's wild.
The Grand
donkeys.
Canyon uses donkeys to travel in and out.
Oh, do they?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Like as a tourist thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I never really would have even thought to look into their how they're being treated. I've never been there. So
I wonder.
I would think you'd have to be there and be like, holy crap, this skinny donkey is about to die. And it's carrying all this weight.
I would imagine Greece would be civilized, but I imagine because America is civilized, there would be a lot of regulations for our donkeys.
I was staying at a friend's house in Corona, California one time, and he's like, just be careful, there's wild donkeys that come out of the hills. And I was like, no, there's not. There's no wild donkeys that live in the hills. And
I never thought about that. Where
there really was. There really was. They came down after like a week and a half if I was there. These things came down and they were bucking cars and garage doors and all sorts of stuff.
A bunch of
like they were just
rough
like
bucks.
Yeah, like they were just causing they were like a bunch of like 12-year-old kids that just wanted to break stuff. They were just, and I was like, wow, okay, so that really happens. Don't get in their way.
So donkeys apparently are from California?
I don't know, but they're really powerful in groups. So if they figured out they could rise together, it would be pretty bad for all these tourist attraction people.
Mm-hmm. If donkeys are from North America and horses are from the Middle East, I imagine that Native Americans were riding donkeys, right?
At some point, somebody had to ride a donkey and be proud of it.
Mm-hmm.
Did they know the power that they were riding on? Perhaps they did not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want to say, yeah, it's kind of messed up. They shouldn't even be using donkeys. You know, like if you want to go into the Grand Canyon, you should walk. If you're fat, more the reason to walk.
I would probably feel more safe on a robotic donkey than a real donkey anyway.
Like a four-wheeler?
Knowing what they're capable of in my life.
You have control of it.
Four-wheeler would be nice as well.
Could you imagine if they were four-wheeling down those stairs every day, though? I guess that would be a problem.
There might be a few neck injuries. Yeah.
But that's it for the video. Leave a comment, like the video if you don't mind, if you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one.